Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Good evening, whatever you're going to call it this time of day. Just after 4:30, isn't it? So, hope you're all doing well. It's a Saturday. It doesn't feel like a Saturday. I don't think anybody else has been caught off guard with the football obviously being over Christmas. It's always like always get confused with days because obviously the games are obviously all kind of all over the place a little bit. But yeah, it is obviously a Saturday, and we are here to do our match preview for the game tomorrow. Another game to look forward to, a different challenge, one where we have to go in and be fully professional, no complacency, because we've seen what happens when we are complacent and we think we can just turn up and win, regardless of how bad the opponents are, regardless of where the opponents are in the league. Obviously, a struggling Burton side will be up against tomorrow. But we have to focus on ourselves, and we have to focus on getting the job done and coming away with the 3 points. That's what counts. But it's going to be an interesting game. But we're going to cover it all anyway in this live show this evening. So let me know what your thoughts are heading into the game as well, guys. I'd love to hear what you think. And yeah, get involved in the chat. Always love to hear from you guys. And yeah, let's see what happens. But let's say a few of those in the chat before we get into the actual preview. Blue Tracy's Jacob Chapman is our number one. Indeed, he is. I absolutely think he really has taken that number one jersey now. And there's a lot of questions. I know there's been a lot of noise about, well, will Nichols come back in when he's fully fit and things, but I think Chapman really has took on that shirt for me now, as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, it is his to lose again. Aidan Z says, hello mate, hope you're okay. Big up to you, Aidan. I'm doing all right, thank you. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a good weekend. Yeah, make sure, I forgot to say that, make sure you do smash the like, guys, if you can, and subscribe. And share the video with everybody as well, with everybody that you know. Let's try and get those subscribers. We've kind of hit a lull in the subscribers count recently. But it is what it is. I love having this little community that I have at the moment. And you guys that keep coming back to support me. It means a lot to me. But yeah, so big up to you all. But yeah, if you can, it is free. Smash the likes and subscribe, guys. And it's the last game, it's the last home game of 2024. In fact, it's the last game of 2024 full stop. Obviously with our next fixture New Year's Day. But yeah, it is our last home game of 2024. Our performance on Thursday was really bad. I still don't know how we won that. In my opinion, we had a better performance. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't want to be like complaining about how bad. At the end of the day, the way I see it is that I get what you're saying. The performance wasn't great at all, was it? And we were a bit fortunate. We rode our luck a bit. But sometimes you have to win those kind of games. You can't always score 3-4. You can't always score 2-3-4 past the opponent and be fully, be on top form every single week. But if you can perform, if you can win when you're not performing so well, then that is a big plus. So I get what you're saying, but we do need. It would be nice to see a better. We do need to see a better performance maybe tomorrow. But it's all about getting the 3 points, because I do think that this Burton side will try and make us embroiled in a match. They'll try and make it scruffy, and they want us to be embroiled in a match. They'll want a real scrappy affair. That's what they'll want to turn the game into. So we've just got to get the 3 points, as far as I'm concerned. But I get what you're saying. We'd be nice to see a bit of a better performance, though. Josh, was in. He says, evening, Ryan. Hope you had a great day and I hope you're well. Big up to you, Josh. How are you doing? Good to see you. Hope you enjoyed your Christmas break. Yeah, I mean, it comes and goes very quickly, doesn't it? This, Christmas, all that build up, and then it kind of goes within like with a click of the fingers. So, yeah, but yeah, big up to yourself. Hope you're well, and hope you had a good Christmas as well, and everything. But look, guys, let's get stuck into it then. So let's have a look at our opponents, Burton Albion, who this is currently their 7th consecutive season in League One. And they finished just 1 place and 2 points above the relegation zone last campaign. So they were very close to being relegated. And things haven't gone according to plan for them this season. It has been a disaster of a season. They've had a very slow start to this season. They've only had 2 wins this season. Drawing 6 and losing 13. So 2 wins and we're literally nearly at that halfway point of the season. And they've only managed 2 wins. That just shows how poor they've been. They have lost their last 2 games. 2-0 away at Birmingham on Boxing Day and 2-1 defeat at home to Exeter City. So they are currently at the bottom of the table in 24th place with 12 points from their opening 21 games. Now they are 9 points behind Northampton Town, the first team outside of the relegation zone. So that is a big gap to make up. I think it'll be a miracle if they survive this. I really do. But miracles do happen. But they're going to have to start picking up very soon and going on a run soon. But yeah, it's not going to be easy. They've already changed their manager, of course. I'm going to get into that in a minute. And he has, the new manager has a big task on his hands to keep them up. So it is what it is. Obviously, like I said, they have had a new manager change at the end of October. They sacked their head coach, Mark Robinson, following a run of 7 successive defeats in all competitions. Their manager now, Gary Bowyer, came in to replace him, but only in December. So it was a bit. I noticed that when they appointed Gary Bowyer, it was a long period before they'd actually. Obviously, they only appointed him this month, and they sacked their manager at the end of October. So it's a long time I don't know why it took so long, but anyway. But look, Gary Bowyer, their manager, like I said, 53 years of age, he's full of experience in management. He's actually been in management for the past 24 years. I've done my research, guys. He's worked in a mix of youth football as well as senior football as well. So he's really helped the youngsters develop, and then he's also going into senior football as well. So he's got that about him. Most recently been at the likes of Dundee United in Scotland, where he led them to the Scottish Premiership. Salford City was at as well, and Derby under 23s in his last few jobs he's had. Before that, he's been at Bradford, Blackpool, and Blackburn. So yeah, he's been around the blocks, as you say. Now their formation, they have been generally been setting up in a 4-3-3 formation with their new boss. However, I do expect them to go with 5 at the back against us, because they did that against Birmingham when they were away on Boxing Day. So I think they'll do that again with us. So I think they'll play with a 5 at the back. Players to watch. Let me know your players to watch as well. I've only picked 2 players out for them. One being very obvious, and the other one, 2 the best players they've got. Anyway, before I get into that, let's have a look at the comments. Joshua says that's what you need to do to find. Find a way to win, even if you aren't playing well. Yeah, absolutely. Look, I'd love to perform well every week, but that's just not the way it goes, unfortunately. The teams that get promoted don't necessarily play well every week, but you know what they do? They get the 3 points every single week, and they find a way to win, even if you aren't at your best. So that is just shows how good of a side you are when you can do that. Yeah, so just look at last time we played Burton home. He was in the playoffs that season. Then we ended up losing 1 in the last seconds from a counter attack. Yeah, look, it's one of those. I mean, playoffs and in the season it's a bit different, but I get it. Obviously, we were probably expected to beat them in that game as well in the playoffs, and we ended up coming up short. So yeah, we're just gonna have to be fully professional here. No complacency at all. And don't be embroiled. Don't be embroiled in what they want to be embroiled in. A real scrap, a really scrappy game. Because I think that's what they'll try and turn it into. But you just have to play our football. As fans, we need to bring the noise again tomorrow. Because I thought, as I said on Thursday, I thought the atmosphere was fantastic. I think that was the best I've heard it this season at home, in my opinion. I think, especially, towards the back end of the game as well on Thursday, when you could sense the crowds really felt like we need to help the lads over the line with the result, and we did our bit, of course. Yeah, it was great. It was a bit nervy on Thursday, but the fans, us fans, we turn up every week and we support the team. And I thought we played a big role in getting us over the line. Gary Bowyer has a lot of experience at this level, so we'd expect them to be well organised. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're going to be a well-organised unit. Although they're still conceding quite a lot of goals. They've conceded 5 in the last 2 games. So this boys, I think it might be a game, where we might have to be a little bit patient to begin with. But I think that once we get, if we get that, hopefully when we get that first goal, then that's when the floodgates will open a little bit, and we'll go on to win the match comfortably. But we might have to be patient to begin with, because they will try and frustrate us as much as they can. I think. Right, we'll get into those in a moment. But before that, let me get into mine. So my first player is a big obvious choice here. Danilo Orsi, who only just signed in the summer from Crawley Town after scoring 25 goals in 50 games and helping Crawley return to Sky Bet League One after their playoff promotion. Yeah, I mean, he's been around the blocks, hasn't he? Orsi, but he's a really good striker. Started his career in America, where he kind of combined football alongside his studies. Scored, his goal score record over there was great as well. But he returned to England. He's been in non-league. He started, came to England and he went to non-league. Had spells at East Thurrock, Hungerford Town, Hampton and Richmond Borough. Before he joined Maidenhead United in the National League in 2020. Before then, he had significant interest from the EFL, and he ended up joining Harrogate, who were in League Two. Made a total of 14 appearances in 4 competitions. Scored 6 goals before joining Burton on loan in January 2022. And obviously then he went on to make 32 appearances for them before completing his move to Crawley. And he scored 19 goals in 45 appearances in League Two for Crawley. 19 goals in 45 appearances, for Crawley. So, and then he obviously moved to Burton. So yeah, and also my other player that I've picked out is Elliot Watt, the captain, plays in central midfield, got most assists for them this season, and he's obviously that creative spark, that leader. Obviously, that's been few and far between, this team in terms of creativity, because obviously the goals that they've not scored many goals, and they've lost a lot of games, and and I believe Orsi has got 6 goals to his name this season, by the way. I forgot to mention that as well. this season, which, I mean, in a struggling side, you'd probably say that is not bad. When he's not getting much service, it's always, they're always on the back foot more often than not, so the strikers don't really get the service and they don't get the chances to score. So to say he's got 6 goals, I suppose that's all right. Let's have a look at your guys' players to watch. Blue Terry says Danilo also, yeah, Billy Bodin, Mason Bennett's a good, he's obviously got physical presence about him, quite really physical player, a striker. Max Crocombe, yeah, the goalkeeper, yeah, fair enough. Thank you for those Blue Terrier players to watch. Watt is a really talented young midfielder who signed from Salford City in the summer. And Danilo also has 6 goals. Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, thank you for those. In fact, the same 2 as me. Yeah. I've already said that. Yeah. He's a goal scorer, absolutely. And yeah, he knows where the back of it is. Elliot Watt got 16 assists in the 22-23 season for Salford. Came from the Wolves Academy. Yeah. I remember Elliot Watt at Salford, actually. Now you say it. Yeah. Fair enough. Thank you for that. But look, Burton's possible starting 11. Crow coming goal, obviously. Godwin, Malif, Van Kooten, Sweeney, Serrara, Armour, Gilligan, Watt, Chauke, Bennett, and Orsi should probably be playing. I don't know why they haven't included in the little preview that I had to look at and research. They haven't put Orsi as a starter. I don't think he's injured, is he? I don't think he's injured. I'm not sure, but they haven't included him. But anyway, I'm going to put him in there. But look, that's Burton's that's what I know about Burton, obviously. And yeah. But obviously, we're going to focus on ourselves now. I'm going to go through a few things, obviously, starting lineups, what we'd like to see. And a bit of the team news, score predictions as well, and all that good stuff. So yeah, look, we're going to this game on top form, don't we? Obviously, results wise, we're on this 12-game unbeaten run at the moment. Can we make it 13 tomorrow afternoon? I think we are hoping that we can, and we are probably heavy favourites for this game, but it doesn't mean anything, guys. But I'm just saying we are heavy favourites. But team news. I mean, Nigel Lonvike actually went off, didn't he, against Stockport with a slight injury issue. Now, I don't know if he's going to be fit, but it looks like he probably will miss this weekend. Unfortunately, which we just don't seem to have a break with injuries, do we, to be honest with you? It's just so infuriating. So Lonvike will probably be missing. But I think apart from that, we're all good. I think I heard that Sorensen might be back on the bench again this weekend, though. I did see a bit of a rumour that he might be, so let's see. But apart from that, I think we're all good. I think the other players, obviously, that are coming back from injury, I don't think they'll be available yet. The likes of Hodge, I think he will probably be back in the new year. Balker still, building up his minutes, I believe, so not rushing back. So probably again in the new year, we'll see him in January at some point. So yeah. Another injury yet again. I mean, yeah, it's just infuriating, isn't it? Absolutely. That's an impressive unbeaten rate. Despite us being very inconsistent at the start of the season. Yeah, look, I think obviously we did have that big blip in the season at the start of the season. But I've always said it's how you finish the season, not how you start it. Okay, you do need a bit of a good start, and we did start. We didn't start well, but we were picking up results first, and then we went on that horrible spell where we were just losing games and not picking up any wins. So, but But we're over that now, and that's a long distance memory. And now we're in a very good moment, and I think it's more damaging if you go on that bad run during like the Christmas, like December, because we know how busy it is in December, obviously with the Christmas fixtures. So I think the fact that we're getting results now is a big plus, and I think everybody's eyes are on January now, aren't they, in terms of the January transfer window, which I've mentioned a few times now. It is huge. And I said it in my video that I did the other day, and I've kept repeating myself, to be fair, in my live shows as well. We have to get it right in January. The reality is there is a big chance of us getting in the automatic place. I still believe that. I think that Wickham will hit a blip at some point. I've got a feeling they will. So we need to get some play. We need to get 3 or 4 quality players in the building. Striker first, a big priority. I still think the wing-back areas are still very light if we get injuries. Karoma is your left wing-back. He's best out on the wing, but then, if he's not there, then you have to go up front. And I think that he's best. Well, we know he's best on the wing. We all know that. So I don't know, but we still need that. We still need another wing. We need a wing-back that is now on that wing-back, I think, and maybe Karoma could go back up front. Even though he's not a striker, guys, he's still done very well at times for us. But yeah. So yeah, January's huge, but obviously we need to keep going until then. Obviously we've got the game tomorrow, but I do think in January as well we need to be quick as well with our business. We can't be waiting all of January to get somebody in, because we know what happens. If we're still waiting around trying to get players, January's an awful window to go into, needing quite a few additions. It's a horrible window to do, do transfers, with the prices overinflated, and it's not easy getting players mid-season as well. But that's the situation we're in, and we need to be quick. We've known for weeks. Well, the last few weeks, we should have been looking at players and making inquiries, or making those early inquiries for players that we want, and then but we'll have to see what happens. Anyway, back to the game. Kind of gone off on a tangent here with the transfer window, but it is obviously on the horizon now, so we kind of got my eyes on that as well. But everybody is very organised tonight. Obviously, they're all, thank you, Blue Terry and Aiden, for getting your lineups in. I will go through mine first, as always, and we will get those lineups from you guys in a moment. Thank you for those. I didn't even have to say anything. Anyways, let's get my lineup up then for tomorrow. I think this is our best lineup. Now, I know it has been a quick turnaround, and I'm going to just do what I usually do and put me in the top. Yeah, there we are. And put me in the top corner there. I know it's a quick turnaround. Obviously, a few days since the last fixture, but I think the fact that we're at home the other day, I think that helps. There's no travelling involved, so I think the lads did put a lot of work in. And they were running around a lot because we couldn't keep the ball, for a lot of the game on Thursday. So they will have been a bit tired. They will have been very tired after that game. But the few days, they'll have a day off on 27th, and they would have been in training today, I'm guessing. And then obviously the game tomorrow. So we should be all right. It's only like a Saturday, Tuesday scenario. So it's still the 3-day gap. So we're used to it. But look, this is my lineup for tomorrow. Obviously, I did think that Longvik, if Longvik is definitely out, I haven't heard 100% that he is, but he did go off with an injury, and it was to do with his hamstring, so he probably will be out. But just to make it clear, if Longvik is available, then I would put him in at centre-back where Spencer is, and I'd put Spencer at right wing-back, and Turton would come onto the bench. But as it stands, as from my understanding, I think Longback's going to be missing. So let's go for the lineup then. Jacob Chapman, our Australian number one. Yes, our number one. He's been outstanding since he's got his opportunity. And he always comes up with the goods when we need him. And he's done it time and time again. Got lots of clean sheets since he's coming to the side as well. So big up to Chapman. We love him. And it's good to see one of our youngsters coming through and, they had to bide their time, but now he's got his chance. He's really taken it with both hands. And he looks like he's been playing in that side for years. That's how good he looks. So, yeah, big up to Chapman. Obviously, the back three, Spencer, Hellick, and Lees at the back. Our wing backs, obviously, Josh Koroma. I would start at wing back. I don't see any other alternatives right now who would come in and do any better. So yeah, Koroma at wing back, Turn on the right side as well. So one player that isn't as comfortable going forward, but we've got Koroma, who is an attacking player down the left. So I think if you start with two defensive wing backs, it doesn't work obviously. But if you've got one that can get forward, like Koroma does, it kind of works, but it's not the best either. You do want your wing backs to be able to be going forward better, but it is what it is. Turton does do an okay job. Just doesn't do that great going forward at times, does he? But anyway, obviously the usual midfield three of Herbie Kane, Dave Kusumu, and Ben Wiles. That is pretty standard. And they're pretty standard, those three now. And I've gone with Danny Ward and Callum Marshall to lead the line, indeed. So let's have a look at your guys. That is my lineup. Let me know what you think of that, guys. Do you agree? But let's have a look. We'll soon see, actually, with these lineups. So Blue Terry's gone for a 3-4-1-2. So Chapman in goal. You've got Spencer, Hellick, and Lees at the back. JK and Turton as the wing backs. Kane and Kusumu, and then you've got your Penda, I'm guessing, as the cam, and then two up front, Marshall and Ward. Interesting. I mean, look, your Penda, I would love to see him start, to be honest with you, and I know he does sometimes watch the channel, so big up to you, Tom. Keep working hard, lads, and he knows how much I like him. He knows how much I think he's a superstar. I think it would be interesting, though, because Duff has said many occasions that he's still missing a few areas that he needs him to be better at before he starts games. Now, I was thinking potentially, if he isn't going to get many minutes from now until the end of the season, I would probably send him out on loan, because he will need that valuable experience playing week in, week out. And then he can come back. Don't get me wrong, I don't want him to go, but I'm just saying if he's not going to get regular minutes for us at the moment. So if he goes out on loan and gets playing game time, develops, and comes back in the summer, he'll be even further along in his development, and then he can really start to really push for a starting place for us then, hopefully. But yeah, your Penda, look, I'd love to see your Penda start. So that's a pretty deep. I like that lineup, to be fair. I wouldn't mind to see that at all. So yeah, Blue Terrier, good lineup. Big up to everyone that's in the building right now. Make sure you do drop a like on the video, by the way, guys, if you can, and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and share the channel around with your friends and family. We're trying to get to 800 subscribers, and we're hitting a little bit of a blip with just staying on the same number for ages now. So it'd be good to maybe get a few more subscribers. But yeah, big up to everyone that's in right now. Let me know your thoughts ahead of this game, and how you're feeling ahead of the game. Seen a few things about a Dutch player coming in, not sure who though. Blue Terry says, "Oh, have you?" I need to really, I'm really need to lock in with these rumors now. Now we're getting to January, because then I do a video or two on the transfers and things, and maybe do a video on who I'd like to see come in at some point. We'll probably do that at the start of the window. So yeah. But yeah, no, I'm not sure who you mean, but yeah, fair enough. Aiden has gone with his lineup, so you've gone for 3-4-1-2. So you've gone for Chapman in goal. You've gone for Pearson, Hellick, and Lees at the back. You've gone for Spencer. Who have you got? Oh, yes, you've gone for Spencer on the right and then Cromer on the left. With Kane and Wiles. In fact, no, Kane and Wiles, I'm guessing. And then Falls as the cam. You're missing a player. You're missing a player. And Marshall up front, but he needs a partner, doesn't he? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, yeah, in fact, I've got this wrong. Aiden, you've thingied me with your lineup. Can't work out who you've put where. I'm guessing you've put. I don't think Falls is a striker. But yeah, fair enough. I mean, obviously you've gone for Falls to start, which obviously would be a big move by the manager. But yeah, a good lineup though. To be fair, I don't mind that at all. Really good to see you. Really good. You always do get your lineups pretty spot on. To be fair. Aiden says, no disrespect to Burton or anything. I just want to give Connor Falls his day to see what he can do. Yeah, I get that, to be fair. Obviously, I suppose Duff will know where everybody's at in terms of how they're feeling after Thursday. So you'll obviously assess the situation and see, who maybe, if somebody's kind of struggling for he might be a bit tired or struggling for fitness, still obviously bring somebody else in to the team. But yeah, fair enough. I mean, look, I'm all for giving youngsters a chance. Blue Terry says, Wiles has done nothing wrong, but he's played a lot of minutes. I would bench him and bring him on around 60 minutes. Yeah, no, absolutely. That's fair enough. Blue Terry, good point. I know what you're saying. He has played a lot of football, hasn't he, to be fair. I would love to see a video on the transfer window, like rumours and who you want to come in. Yeah, I'll do that. I want to do like a weekly. What I'm going to do in January, guys, I'm going to do a weekly like roundup of transfer rumours that I've seen, that I see throughout the month. I'm going to do that I'm going to do that once a week, and I think that'll be a nice addition to the channel. And then I'm also going to do like at the very start, so probably look to get the video out on the 2nd of January, where I kind of go through who I would like to see come in terms of personnel that I'd like to see come in. But yeah, I always love January. It's always a bit of extra content on the channel, so hopefully that is what we will do. But yeah, I'll definitely do that, Joshua. Wiles the cam, Fall. Oh, his Falls is. What Falls the striker? I don't think he's a striker, is he? Aiden. But I don't know if he's played there before. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, no. Look, I mean, it might work. So yeah, look, I wouldn't be against seeing some of our youngs. And like I said, Blue Terry put your Pender in the lineup as well to start with. I wouldn't be against that either. Well, absolutely, I wouldn't, because I'm a big fan of your Pender anyway, as everybody knows. But yeah, Falls. Look, you never know, do you? But yeah, that is the lineups then. We've all kind of gone through our lineups. But we're just gonna the middle here now. Every time I watch for all these being played as a striker, to be fair, I haven't seen much of him. I'm not going to lie to you guys, but if that's the case, then fair enough. So maybe that will work then, Aiden. I haven't seen much of him, to be fair, and he's had a lot of injuries as well, so he's not really played that much for us either, in terms of even in the B team. Falls is a wing according to transfer market. Yeah, I thought he was a midfielder, but I think he can kind of. I think he's kind of versatile. You know, I think he can play in that cam position. You know, I think he can play out wide, and apparently he can play up front. So yeah, I hope we get to see Phillips soon, see what he does in League One. Yeah, I mean, I have my reservations about that, to be fair, Aiden. Look, it's worth a shout because at the moment we are kind of struggling for numbers. Obviously, we are approaching the transfer window now, so hopefully we don't have that issue from January until the end of the season. But at the moment, we are struggling for numbers because I look at that bench and I think to myself, there is hardly anything in that offensive third, you know, to come on and make a big impact, you know, in the attacking areas. So he's worth putting on the bench and seeing what he can do. But I do have a reservation about him because he has been on loan in this country. He's been on loan in League Two and he didn't do much in League Two. And I think when we were in the Championship, we were in League One. He went to League One as well and he didn't do much either. So I don't really know if he'll be able to offer much, but just give him what have we got to lose? Can't be any worse than what we already have on the bench in those areas anyway, that's for sure. Blues said, hopefully we can manage Fall's injuries so he doesn't end up like Pat Jones. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? You know, it's a shame. Obviously, he's only 20 years of age into Falls, and he had a lot of injuries in his early career. So, yeah, I mean, hopefully, it's never nice to see players, you know, just constantly ravaged with injuries, especially at that age as well, where I think when you're at that age, it's the most important part of your development, you know, playing games, keeping yourself fit and playing game after game. That's where you develop the most, because if you're not playing in those if you're not playing a lot in when you're 17, 18, 19, 20, in that age range, I think it's kind of really hampers you. You know, you're catching up then, aren't you, if you've had a lot of injuries in that period. And so hopefully we can manage it, and hopefully he's not going to. Hopefully he's at the back end of that now, and hopefully he can move forward. Cough, Ladapo, cough. Oh man, I'm not gonna go on a Ladapo. I'm not gonna go on a Ladapo rant right now. But everybody that watches this channel knows my thoughts on that guy. And I haven't changed my mind, and I won't change my mind. So yeah, the fact that he's on the bench, the fact he's even at the club, to be fair, pretty much sums it up. What happened to Pat Jones, by the way? He's out on loan. No, Jones. Jones got we sold him, didn't we, to Exeter, but apparently he's got injured again there as well now. So yeah, he can't seem to catch a break with his injuries. Yeah, Blue Ties, yeah. But look, it's that time again, guys, when we get in our score predictions for this match. What are we thinking? Goal scorers, who do you think will score? What are we thinking ahead of this one? Let me know your score predictions right now in the chat. But for me, look, I think I go back to what I said earlier. I think that it may be a game where we might have to be a little bit patient, because they will sit back on a low block, and we've shown in games gone by that we struggle to break down a low block. But eventually we have done in the end. But we do struggle to break down a low block usually, you know, and I think that might be where we need to require a bit of patience. Having said that, I can't say anything other than a Terriers win here. Absolutely, I have to back the boys, because I think we're in really good, the results wise. We're at home as well. I just can't see anything other than a victory for us. I'm gonna go for a 3-0 Town victory with goal scorers Marshall, Karoma, and I'm gonna go for a Helic goal as well. I fancy Helic to get on the score sheet tomorrow. I don't know why, but well, to be fair, I don't know why I said I don't know why. He scores goals, doesn't he? He's always a threat from set pieces. So I don't know why I said that. But anyways, so yeah, that's my score prediction. Like I said, it might be a game where it takes a while to break the deadlock, but I do think in the end, if we just keep putting that pressure on, I expect us to have most of the ball. I think that they will break because the pressure, the constant pressure, and they'll get tired as well, their players. So I think that we will just have far too much for them, and they're just in dire straits at the moment. But they'll certainly come to the John Smiths, and you know what it's like. When you're fighting at the bottom, you have to fight for everything, and they'll certainly come with that attitude and try and make it as difficult as they can. But yeah, that's my score prediction. I'm waffling on here right now, but anyways, Blue Jays says 2-0 to Town. Your Pender and Lees. I love it. Imagine if your Pender gets on the score sheet. That would be a fantastic moment for him, for his family, and certainly for us supporters. We always love an academy player coming through the ranks and getting that first senior goal. It'd be a fantastic moment for him. And Lee's always a threat from set piece as well. But yeah, 2-0, clean sheet as well. That will do us just nicely. Absolutely. Aiden has gone for a 3-1 victory for us. Do you think we're going to concede? You're going for Marshall 2 and Karoma. Nice one. And Orsey for Burton. Yeah, very obvious choices. Very obvious choice for Burton. To be honest with you. But yeah, fair enough. It would be nice to get another clean sheet though. But most importantly, it's all about winning this game. That's all it's about. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. I think, like I said, I don't think I've got anything else to add really. Other than, let's just make sure we bring the noise tomorrow. Everybody in that stadium. Let's get the Johnson Stadium rocking. And I believe it's going to be another, the tickets have been selling well, and it's going to be another bumper crowd tomorrow as well. So we need to really help the lads again, because it is going to be a different kind of challenge tomorrow, but it's still going to be a challenge. But as fans, we need to get behind the team and get them over the line, and hopefully the players as well respond to our noise and excite us even more. And, let us enjoy a few goals as well in the stadium. So for us. So, yeah, I do expect us to have all the ball, but it's what we do with it, how we're going to cope with the low block that Burton will do. They will sit a lot, everybody behind the ball. How we're going to cope with that? We need to make sure that we are making space for it. We are making our own space, making those runs in behind, and just being a bit quick. I think for me, what I want to see really is that I want to see us play a bit more quicker at times. I think that too many times we're messing around the back, and it's a bit. It is very slow. The play is quite slow, too much for my liking, in my opinion. We need to speed it up a little bit. We don't need to play out from the back every single time. I'm not saying I want us to be a hoofball team, but you don't have to play out from the back every single time. And what makes me laugh as well, guys, is when we have a goal kick and one of our defenders kicks the ball to Chapman, to the side. What is the point in that? What is the point? Why don't you just let Chapman take the kick? It doesn't make any sense. Ian says, let's get another 3 points and keep putting pressure on the top two. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's all about getting the 3 points. We would love to get a performance as well tomorrow, but it's just all about getting the result. And I think that because of the opponent we're playing, they're going to try and make it a scruffy game. So some, and kind of games like that, it's just about getting the 3 points, isn't it? I think sometimes when you play a team like that are going to try and make it a scruffy game, it is hard to. Well, I won't say it's hard to not perform. You can still perform, but yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. Guys. Hopefully, you get what I'm kind of trying to say here. But yeah, but yeah, I think that's it. Unless everybody else has got anything else to add, we are going to wrap up in a moment. But it has been a good stream, though. By the way, guys, thanks thank you everybody for your contributions and for joining me this evening. And yeah, it's been a better match, but I think it's flowed better this evening than it has done in the past. My preview, no, my live shows have been quite. I don't think they've flowed as well as I'd like them to recently, but I think this one's flowed really nicely. And we've had quite a few engagements in the chat as well, which is good. I always love hearing your guys' thoughts as well. Bring a live stream mate up the town. Yeah, thank you, Aidan. My wonderful mod in the chat as always. No matter what time or day, he always makes sure he's in. Even if he's busy, he will come in and say hello. So big up to you, Aidan. And yeah, hopefully we can get those 3 points tomorrow. But guys, let's really come out the... In fact, I'm going to say it because I'm very superstitious. Let's start quickly tomorrow. Because when I said that again, in the Stockport preview, we actually start quickly and we ended up scoring early. So let's start quickly on the front foot, put them under pressure, test the keeper as much as we can. Because I think the biggest disappointment on Thursday was the fact that we had no shots on target in that game. And that is absolutely shocking, really, isn't it? The only shot on target was the own goal. So yeah, we need to be testing their keeper and their defence and just keep putting them under pressure. And I think they will crack at some point if we keep on them. So yeah. Anyway, enjoy the game if you are going tomorrow. Like I said, hopefully a 3 points. So hopefully a happy stream on Monday for the review show live. At 6 o'clock. To be fair, I could probably do it earlier. To be fair, with it being the holidays for most people who's studying and things. So, but I might just keep it to 6. Allow people that might be working as well to come in. But yeah, hopefully we can get the 3 points. Enjoy the game if you're going. Make sure, guys, get your chanting, get your voices heard loud and proud in the stadium, and let's get that stadium rocking. And let's see a few goals, a clean sheet, and a nice victory for us to keep the pressure on the top 2. But most importantly, just keep picking up those 3 points, picking up as many points as we can. And that's all that counts. Anyway, I'm waffling on now. But guys, enjoy the rest of the evening, whatever you get up to. Really, really excited for the game tomorrow. It'll be good to... It's kind of nice, isn't it, when you have a Sunday game? It's a nice change. It'd be nice to... I don't know. I know I've been a bit bored today, but it'd be nice to have a Sunday afternoon game. And, yeah, some Sunday afternoon entertainment, hopefully, from our point of view. Anyway, guys, thanks for all your support. Make sure you do drop a like on the video if you can. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And if you're watching this on playback, let me know your comments down below as well on what you're thinking ahead of this game, your score predictions and things like that. But, guys, take care, stay safe. Fingers crossed for tomorrow. And, as always, up the town, Michael Duff's Barney Army. Come on, you Terriers. See you later, everybody. And I've put a comment up back because anyway, I'm out of here. Take care.